Hello and good evening. I did it once, so I figured what the hell, I might as well do it again. I'm a little bit more prepared this time. It's not going to be so winged as it was last night, which was my very first live session. So if I was a bit of a wally, please excuse me. I'm still getting used to the whole setup and how to do things. And I'm also trying to plan some more constructive live sessions, so it's not just going to be me rambling on about nonsense. It will be useful information that I can relay to all of you, so that you can learn something from me as an aromatherapist. Now, yesterday, if you dropped in and saw me, I mentioned 2 oils that you should keep in your medicine cabinet. One of them was tea tree. The other one was lavender. So I figured today I might as well tell you why. It's one of the most versatile of essential oils, and as I said yesterday, you can put it neat on your skin. It does not have to be diluted in a carrier oil. It's safe to use topically straight onto your skin, and it shouldn't cause any irritation. Obviously, you can't say it won't, because everybody's skin's different. We all have different sensitivity, and it is possible that it could cause an irritation, but as a rule, lavender is safe to put topically straight onto your skin. So why did I say that you should keep this in your medicine cabinet? So let me have a look. I've got a great big list here for you. So lavender essential oil is truly a multitasker. It's gentle yet powerful, absolutely worthy of permanent spot in your medicine or first aid cabinet. And there's a full list of benefits and why it's considered the mother of all aromatherapy oils. A lot of people say, oh, that's for old people. And I think that's just the stigma that we were given as we were growing up. I know I was. Loads of this, like the soaps and the sprays and everything that my grandmother had, were lavender fragranced. But if they were doing it back then, they can't be wrong. So some of the benefits of lavender, it's emotional. It can promote emotional and mental wellness. So if you struggle with emotional issues, this oil can actually help you. And you can use it, as I said, you can use it topically on your skin. You can put it in a diffuser. You can put it onto, if you don't want to put it onto your skin, you could maybe put it onto a little bit of your clothing so you can inhale it while you're walking around and doing your day-to-day activities. It calms anxiety and stress. And I know for a fact that it does, because I have suffered with anxiety and stress, and I do find lavender incredibly calming. It's one of the things that people use to help them get to sleep. You can drop it on the pillow. So when you're laying asleep at night, if you just drop some onto the edge of your pillow, it can help you relax and get to sleep. So if you have problems getting to sleep and you haven't already tried it, get yourself a little bottle of lavender and just put a tiny drop onto your pillowcase. Not obviously right where your face is, so you're drowning by the scent, but on the edge of your pillowcase where you can still smell it. It supports restful sleep and treats insomnia, as I was just saying. So it can help. I'm not saying it's going to cure insomnia, and I'm not saying it's definitely going to make you go to sleep, but it will help. It eases symptoms of depression and emotional overwhelm. Again, I'm not saying it's a cure. All these essential oils are there to enhance your existing medication and treatments that you already have. It's there to enhance, not replace. It can promote mental clarity and relaxation during rituals as well. So if you're the type of people that like to do rituals, it can promote emotional clarity when you're doing your rituals. First aid and skin healing. As I said yesterday, I had quite a nasty burn at the top of my leg, and I put some lavender on it, and it's fine. Normally I take a little while to heal if I burn myself, which I don't try not to do too often. But years and years and years ago, I can't remember exactly who it was. I should have got this information ready. this guy found out by accident the healing power of lavender because he'd burnt himself, and he just stuck his hand in the closest thing to him, which happened to be lavender essential oil, and he noticed how quickly the burn settled and how quickly it healed. So that's how they discovered that lavender was good for burns. It's also great for disinfecting minor cuts, scrapes, and, as I said, burns. It can soothe insect bites and stings, and it does. If you're prone to getting insect bites, try dropping a little bit of lavender oil on it and don't scratch them. If you scratch them, it spreads what's been injected into the skin, and it'll actually make it itch more. And I know it's so hard not to scratch, but lavender can help with that. It can reduce inflammation and redness. It can speed up wound healing and regeneration. Last night I mentioned a nasty cut that I'd had on my finger, and I'd put together lavender, tea tree and turmeric powder into a paste, put it on, and there's barely a scar. So yes, it does promote, it speeds up wound healing and skin regeneration. And it can also help to fade scars and dark spots over time. So if you're making a blend, I've got dark spots which have actually faded because of the oils and stuff that I've been using. They're not as dark as they were. And one of the oils that I put in my treatments is lavender because it helps with dark spots along with some others. But if I hit my goal, which you'll see at the top of my screen, I will be showing you how to make the scrub, or a scrub, that helps with dark spots and aging skin. But I've got to hit my goal first. It eases tension headaches when applied to the temples or neck. Now, in some of my other TikTok and social media posts, I've promoted Vic Vapor Rub, which is fantastic. I carry it everywhere with me in my bag, and you just put a small amount across your forehead, on your temples and on the back of your neck, and it helps with headaches. You can do the same with lavender oil because it's relaxing and calming. It can actually reduce tension and therefore help reduce your headache and help the headache go away. It can reduce PMS related discomfort when massaged into the abdomen. So if you suffer with PMS, ladies, massage some lavender oil in a clockwise motion towards the heart in the flow of your blood flow, and you'll notice that it helps with your PMS. What else have we got? So I put all this on a notepad so I didn't have to remember it off by heart. It can relieve sore muscles and joint pain. Eases tension headaches when applied to temples. Yeah, we've done that bit. So beauty and hair care. It promotes hair growth and scalp health. Scalp health. Sorry. It balances oily and acne prone skin. So yesterday I think I also mentioned, or in one of my other videos, I mentioned jojoba oil, which mimics the skin's natural oils, sebum. So if you were to put lavender and jojoba together, and you've got unbalanced skin like acne prone or dry spots or oily T-zone, if you were to combine those two together, they would help balance your skin and make it more even. You'd find your dry spots would go and your acne should start to fade and you'll be less oily because the jojoba oil balances all of that, and the lavender would help do the same. It adds calming scent to DIY scrubs, masks and mists. Now, as I said a little while back, I will be, if I hit my target, which you can see on the screen, I will be showing you how easy it is to make one of those scrubs. I've got all the ingredients here to the side, but I'll only do it if I hit my target. If not, you're going to have to wait because it will come in another video. Where are we? So for your home and ritual use, I'm not ignoring you all, by the way. I'm just reading something. I just want to say hello to everybody that's joined me. I will get to you in a minute. It repels insects naturally, and this time of year I know do you get those horrible little fly things that just fly around your light shade during the day, and then you get the mosquitoes that come in your window at night and bite you while you're asleep? Lavender can help with that. It can help purify the air and energy when it's diffused. So if you've got one of those electric diffusers, you can put a couple of drops of lavender in that and set your diffuser off, and the whole area will smell of lavender. Yesterday I mentioned your filter for your vacuum cleaner. Put lavender on it. Instant aromatherapy while you're doing your hoovering. It adds a sacred and calming aroma to any space. It does. As I said about 5 minutes ago, a lot of people think it's an old people's oil, but as you just heard, there's so many different things that you can use it for. So it's the one that I would definitely recommend that you get a bottle of and keep in your cupboard. Why is it good in your first aid cabinet? Because it's one of the few oils that's safe to use neat. As I said earlier, you can use it topically on your skin without having to dilute it in a carrier oil. Now I've got a huge bottle of carrier oil here. This one is apricot kernel oil. That's one of the lighter ones that you can use on your skin. I use that in my facial treatments and oils. So the oils that aren't safe to use neat, you have to dilute them in a carrier oil. And on my pages and on some of my other posts, I will go into dilution ratios as well, so you know exactly how much of what you're putting in, so you don't overpower yourself with the oil. It acts as a natural antiseptic, anti-inflammatory and analgesic. It offers emotional support during stressful or painful moments. It works as a gentle sleep aid for adults and children. So if you're worried about which essential oils are safe for your child, lavender is one of the ones that's safe. It's probably one of the safest that you can use with children. And it can be used in emergency calming rituals. You just inhale it or rub it on your palms and then inhale it in. So hopefully you can see now why yesterday I said keep tea tree and lavender in your medicine cabinet or your first aid kit. I'll go on to tea tree in another live video. I just wanted to do the lavender today because that's the prominent one in my little bag of essential oils. Well, actually that one doesn't fit in the bag because I've got a little, let me show you. This is my little carrier that I keep all my essential oils in. And it smells amazing. Every time I open it up, it's like getting a little bit of aromatherapy. Anyway, before I ramble on, I just wanted to say hello to a few of you. Who have we got? We have got... I've got an eye test booked next week, thank goodness, because I can barely read the screen. I need to make the text bigger, really. Content size. There we go. I can see now. I'm so dumb at this. It's good to see you all here. Thank you. Who've we got? I'll go back up to the top. I don't even know if you're all still here, but if you're not, I do apologise. So we've got Noah, FNAF Lover, Chaz, Cool Kid, hello, Dio, Rob16, Cryptic, hello Cryptic, hi Mitz, hello Berto, Selim, Iron Man, Alfie, Lego and die-cast cars. Interesting. Everton. Chill Guy. Briskets. Dreaming of myself. I hope they're nice dreams. What have you found useful so far about what I've been saying to do with lavender? You can type message, I will respond. Have you used it? What have you used it for? What do you like about it? What oils have you mixed it with, blended it with, if any? Still need to reach that target. 57%. I've got all my little ingredients here to show you this scrub. In fact, what I'm waiting, so most of my oils, I'm going to give you a link actually, I'll put it in chat, I get from, let me give you a link. In fact, I'll give you a couple. This is the first one, Ancient Wisdom. That's where I get a majority of mine from. Where's it gone? And the other one I will get for you. And I know a friend of mine uses these as well. Or this particular one anyway. A friend of mine swears by this. doTERRA, that's the other one. Those are the two that I'm promoting at the moment. I've been a customer of Ancient Wisdom now for 2 years, and most of the oils that I have are from them. There are some that I haven't got from there, but most of them I have got from Ancient Wisdom. I'm just having a look for the ones that, if I get my target, the ones that I will put in my scrub that I'm going to show you. That's not it. That's not it. Right, don't want that one. Don't want that one. That one I do. Sorry, just trying to find the ones that I'm going to use in the scrub. Not that one. That one. Don't get too bored while you wait for me. Anyway. And I've actually been bitten on my leg while we've been sat here. And I've tried not to scratch it. So let's see how quickly that stops it from itching. I'm assuming it was while I was sat here. It probably wasn't. It was probably earlier and I've only just noticed it. So I've just put a little bit of lavender onto that bite. It's right at the top above my knee. I don't do great with insect bites. I always react badly to them. It smells lovely now. My favourite is jasmine. I think I mentioned that yesterday as well, because I have fibromyalgia and jasmine is very relaxing and I find it very, very useful to help relieve my symptoms. And I've got a little bit on my bracelet. These are lava beads, mentioned these yesterday. So you can drop essential oils onto those and carry it around with you during the day. And if you need a little boost, you can just inhale it off your bracelet. These, I am going to get the link for that for you as well. I mentioned this yesterday. Is from get you the link. Excuse me. This shop, this Mindful Souls shop, does some absolutely stunning items. You can get crystals, jewellery, items for around your home, essential oils. There's so much. There's the link for that if you want to have a look. Obviously look at it later, not while you're watching me. Actually, that's not the right one. Well, when you go in there, it will say go to the UK store, so just click on the link. That one I gave you is actually the international one, but it will pop up, the little pop-up with the Union Jack flag on it. It will say go to the UK one. And there's an end of summer sale on there at the moment. Guys, 30% off store-wide if you use END30 as your code. You can get discount across their entire range on Mindful Souls, and trust me, their items are amazing. I've got so many different items. I showed some of them last night on my video, on my live. Like these crystals. And there's my favourite, jasmine. Oh, it smells lovely. These are the little cones that you can put. I think they're the backflow ones, actually. Let me have a look. Yeah, they are. They're backflow. So if you've got one of the backflow incense burners, you can use the cones that you get from Mindful Souls on your backflow incense burner. And you know, that has actually stopped itching since I put that lavender on there, so it does work. I've not felt great today. It's been a really difficult day. I've been absolutely exhausted. I've spent most of this afternoon sleeping. I don't feel like I've slept, but I have. But that's all when I feel burnt out. Best thing you can do is listen to your body and sleep. And that's exactly what I did. But I've also been doing some more digital artwork to go alongside the products that I'm going to be selling on Etsy. I've already got the journal, downloadable printable journal page up on Etsy, but I'm working on some affirmation cards, and today I did the background art that's going to go on the cards, and I've started designing some essential oil information cards. So I'm going to do that for a series of essential oils, and I'll be selling those on Etsy as a card pack. I like setting myself challenges. I got myself some A5 card and had a go at printing some of them today. I just need to figure out how to get it to print on double-sided, because it wouldn't do it properly earlier and I messed it up. But they're beautiful. I think it's a beautiful design. I might share it on my social media later, and you can vote and tell me what you think. It's similar colours to my logo, so you've got deep plum colours along with lilacs, and then the shimmering effect, and I've got my logo on the back, and then the front of the card is a similar. I've got a set colour scheme for everything now, so whenever I design anything, I do it in that set colour scheme, so it's all the same. That's my brand now. My other logo was very white with a little gold tree and black writing, but now I've changed it slightly. It's basically the same design, just different colours, and that is my brand colour now, with the deep plum logo. I actually love it. I think it's lovely. Nobody's talking to me this evening. Who's going to say hello properly in chat? No, nobody. What would you like to see me talking about on my lives? I need you to tell me, because I don't want to be sat here rambling about nonsense and you go and go out. That's not the idea. I want to keep you engaged. So tell me what you want me to talk about on the lives. I can do essential oils. I can talk about massage techniques. I can talk about wellness. You tell me what you'd like me to do, and I will plan some lives and pop them in my diary, and I'll get them in. Today we've done lavender, so next time perhaps I can do tea tree. Or if there's a particular essential oil that you'd like to know more about, tell me. And when I do my next live, it might be on that particular essential oil. There's so many. I was working on a web-based app on Replit, and I had it all up and running, but it's actually quite cost effective because you have like a budget limit, and if you exceed it, it basically shuts the site down so nobody can view it, which is annoying. So I have to make sure that I don't upgrade it too much and don't play with the back system too much, otherwise it exceeds your budget limit and then it shuts the app down. And then if you've got customers that are using it and they go to look at it, they can't see it because it's been shut down because you've exceeded your budget limit. So I'm looking at alternative ways of doing that. I've been trying to design my own, but I'm not a coder, so I don't do coding. Good old Copilot has been helping me out with that, and it's been fantastic. I use Copilot for quite a lot, actually. Good old AI. But when I get stuck for something, I just pull up Copilot and put a few prompts in, and it helps. So I've got all my ingredients here to show you how easy it is to make a sugar scrub. There's a but. That little thing at the top of my screen that says 56. No, is it 58? It's 58. Needs to say 100. And then I will show you how easy it is to make a sugar scrub at home. You don't have to go down Superdrug or Boots or wherever else you get your skincare products from. You can make your own. Very cost effective. Keep the pennies in your pocket instead. And not only are they easy to make, they smell amazing. And that particular sugar scrub you can make in less than 5 minutes using very minimal ingredients. And you can either make a single use application, or you can multiply the ingredients and make a batch and keep it in a little jar. It's entirely up to you. But if I don't reach my goal today of 100 followers, then I will, I don't even know if you can see it actually. Can you see it on the screen? I can see it, but I don't know whether you can see it. I don't know. I think you can. I've got 2 cats and a dog and a husband have joined me in the kitchen. Bear with me a minute. Yes, I've got 4 children. 3 of them have grown up and moved out. The other one still lives here with us. She's a teenager. What about you? Oh. Yeah, I've got a son who is 32. I've got a daughter who's 28, 29 now. I've got a daughter who's 25 and my youngest is 15. Okay. So those of you that have just joined, I was doing a little chat about lavender, talking about the benefits, why you should keep it in your medicine cabinet or first aid kit. I'm going to post some of the bits from this live onto my social media afterwards, so you should be able to pick some of it up. But what I'll also do is the little notes that I was referring to, I will pop them up in a post on TikTok afterwards so that you can take a note of it, make a note of all the uses. And I do honestly, go and get yourself a bottle. You can either order it from the 2 links that I've suggested, the doTERRA or Ancient Wisdom, or Amazon. If you don't want to use either of those 2, you can go on Amazon, but you need to make sure you're getting proper quality essential oils. So always read all of the details on it, read the reviews, have a look and see how long the company's been in business before you go ahead and purchase. Some of them will be more expensive than others. For instance, rose oil is very expensive, but there's a reason behind that. Because essential oils are made from plant parts, every part of a plant has the oil inside it, and it can be extracted through cold pressing, steam distillation, heat extraction. There's loads of different ways you can just extract the essential oil. But rose, for instance, it can take 10,000 rose petals to get 1 drop of essential oil, which is why rose is so expensive. The same with jasmine, can be quite expensive for the same reason, because of how many petals are used, how many flowers are used to get a drop of essential oil. So if you like rose, you need to be able to, you don't need to not mind spending a bit more to get your rose. It needs to be rose absolute if you want a decent one, but it will be expensive, and probably for a bottle that size you're looking at quite a lot of money. So for instance, let me go back to Ancient Wisdom. I'll tell you how much it is on there. So you don't want dilute. A dilute is not a, it's already diluted, so you'd want a proper essential oil. So you would want Rose Absolute. So for instance, on Ancient Wisdom, for a bottle of Rose Absolute, hang on, it's asking me to sign in before I can see the prices. For a 10ml bottle, you're looking at £40. That's Rose Absolute. As I said, it is quite expensive because of how it's made and because of how many rose petals are required to make 1 drop of essential oil. So have a look at Ancient Wisdom, have a look at doTERRA, or have a look on Amazon. Get yourself a bottle of lavender, get yourself a bottle of tea tree. I will talk about tea tree in one of my next live sessions. And I do give me some feedback. Let me know what sort of content you want to see, because I don't just want to be sat here rambling. I like talking. Everybody that knows me knows that. But I want it to be useful information. I don't just want to be sitting here talking about rubbish that's going to get you bored and make you switch off. So do let me know what sort of content you'd like. I can do affirmations, essential oils, massage techniques. You tell me. Most of the stuff that I can talk about is on my Facebook and Instagram, obviously TikTok. I've got a YouTube channel set up, and I'm working on an app which you'll be able to access, which will have all of this information on it. There will be an essential oil library with blending guide. There will be rituals. There will be mood trackers, all kinds of things on it. And I'm hoping to get that built soon. But as I said, I'm not a coder, so it's something that's going to take its time. I need to switch off now though, so I'm going to finish up. Say thank you everybody for joining me today. I do hope I haven't bored you too much. I will be back very, very soon. And I will, if I haven't heard from any of you with regards to what you'd like to see, then I will just plan something and go with that. But thank you again everybody for joining me. I do hope you found the talk about the lavender useful, and go and get yourself a bottle.